Imagine putting Betelgeuse where our Sun is, it'd stretch out past Jupiter's orbit. This star's a total mess, probably gonna blow up. One thing is, it throws off way more radio waves than most stuff in space, even more than 1 billion suns. Betelgeuse is a giant red star. Seriously, if it replaced our Sun, it'd reach Jupiter. It's huge, unstable, and yeah, it's gonna explode at some point. When you think of stars, you probably imagine tiny twinkles. That's how they look from Earth. But stars are way bigger. Betelgeuse? Way bigger than our Sun. People who study stars have been confused about it for ages, and recently, some weird stuff has been happening with Betelgeuse, which is making people worry. So, here's what's up. We're looking at cool data from the James Webb Space Telescope about Betelgeuse, how it's gonna die, and what that means for the universe and us here on Earth, according to physicist Mio Kaku. Betelgeuse is mind-blowing. Astronomers have been watching it forever. A Greek astronomer, Antonius, spotted it first. It's so big, you can see it from Earth at night, especially in winter. If you're into space stuff, you've probably seen or heard about this star. It's that reddish-orange one on Orion's shoulder. It's old and kinda awesome. But here's the thing, Betelgeuse doesn't shine steady. It flickers. That's one cool thing about it, but there's more. Most stars are super far away. The closest one is 4.2 light-years away. Light-year sounds confusing. Think of it this way, if you moved as fast as light for a whole year, that's a light-year. Since light travels at 186,000 miles a second, a light-year is billions of miles. So, 4.2 light-years is really far. Betelgeuse is even farther, around 600 light-years away. So, even if you could go the speed of light, it'd take 600 years to get there. We can't go that fast, but the star still shines bright in our sky. How's Betelgeuse so visible even from super far? It is big and bright. It's hundreds of times bigger than our Sun. It looks like a disk through telescopes, not just a point of light. It also has about 12 to 19 times the mass of our Sun. Scientists aren't sure about the exact mass because there's nothing orbiting it to compare it to, and we can't just put it on a scale. Betelgeuse's brightness shifts from around 0 to 1.6. Basically, it is way brighter than our Sun. That's why it's called a red giant. But it doesn't stay the same brightness. It pulsates. It grows and shrinks, getting brighter when it expands and dimmer when it shrinks. This can take days, weeks, or even longer. Another quirky thing about Betelgeuse, it has dark, magnetic spots all over it. The magnetic field there is way stronger than usual, but it blocks hot gas from reaching the outside, making those spots cooler. That's why Betelgeuse is cooler than our Sun, even though it's bigger and brighter. Our Sun has spots too, but Betelgeuse's are bigger and there are way more of them. Some of the spots on Betelgeuse are twice the size of Earth. Betelgeuse also has a super strong magnetic field, which makes the gases on its surface swirl around when you look at it through a telescope. Betelgeuse's surface is around 3,500 Kelvin, which is why it's red. It doesn't give off a lot of energy. It wasn't always red, though. About 100,000 years ago, it was yellowish, like our Sun. Then it turned orange-red, and about 10,000 years ago, it started turning red. Stars seem to change. Betelgeuse kicks out way more energy than our Sun. If it wasn't so far away, it would really give our Sun a run for its money. The fact that we can see Betelgeuse from 600 light-years away is pretty wild. Our Sun is only 8.3 light-minutes away, which is why it seems so powerful. If Betelgeuse was closer, we'd see it during the day. If it replaced the Sun, it'd swallow up Earth and the closest planets, or at least push them out of the way. And it would blast us with way more radiation. So, yeah, Betelgeuse is this massive thing way out in Orion, about 600 light-years away. It's mostly known for being huge. It's way bigger than our Sun and would totally engulf Jupiter's orbit if it were in our Sun's place. Because it is so huge, it looks like a disk through telescopes, not a tiny point. Even though Betelgeuse is massive, it's not the biggest star out there. Its mass is about 12 to 19 times the Sun's. It is hard to get an exact measurement because there's nothing else around to compare it to. Still, even at its smallest measurement, it is super big. Betelgeuse's brightness changes all the time, going from 0 to plus 1.6 magnitude. 0 magnitude is way brighter than plus 1. It can be millions of times brighter than the sun. This is because it's pulsing, sort of like it's breathing. When it expands it glows more. When it contracts, it dims. These breaths can last a long time. Betelgeuse is also pretty cool, temperature-wise. About 3,500 Kelvin out there. That's why it looks distinctly red. Like other red giants, Betelgeuse is old, and it's running out of gas. It has used up all of the hydrogen at its core and is now burning heavier stuff. This makes the stars expand more. The outside is all kinds of funky things going on. Betelgeuse is moving toward being a supernova sometime, and everyone is watching. It is a massive star nearing the end. It's probably going to die in a big explosion. When Betelgeuse runs out of fuel, it'll start burning stuff like helium and carbon. This will make it expand even more. Maybe the hottest stars out at night. Before. Boom. That's the end. When a star goes boom like that, it sends shockwaves through space. This might be Betelgeuse pretty soon. While soon means in thousands of years, scientists are watching closely so we can understand more about how stars die. Since Betelgeuse is getting old, space people are keeping an eye on it. It's going to explode as a supernova at some point. When that happens, it'll blast its outer layers into space and leave behind a core such as a neutron star or black hole. When Betelgeuse blows, you might be able to see it from Earth, even without a telescope. That's how big it is. The explosion will create all kinds of materials, like iron and nickel, and will spread them across the universe. Scientists have seen that Betelgeuse's brightness has been different lately. Some folks think it might be near the boom. Still, it's tough to tell exactly when it'll happen. Some scientists are saying that Betelgeuse would explode as a supernova within the next 100,000 years. This might feel like a short time since universe scales. However, it is still a long way off to know for sure. The James Webb Space Telescope is going to help learn the star's habits. It allows us to see through the outer layers and magnetic areas. Researchers have confirmed that Betelgeuse is getting old and unstable and continues to glow brighter than normal. The explosions are going to change the outside world. This shock wave might help other stars be made and will spread through the atmosphere, leading them to new planets being created. Betelgeuse explosion might be the end of a star, but the path for a new one too. Although we won't be around, Betelgeuse death is going to help understand each life cycle of certain stars, allowing researchers to have better information. In the near future, scientists plan on continuing with what they know and trying to unlock the cycle from here on out, leading everyone to study the stars and their deaths. Betelgeuse is a red star, but it wasn't always red. It was yellowish around 100,000 years ago, like our sun. Then, it started shifting to orange-red, and about 10,000 years ago, it slowly became the red star we know. This makes scientists think the star is changing into something else. Betelgeuse puts out many times more energy than the sun. It would have been tough for Earth's sun if it wasn't so far away. It's pretty wild that Betelgeuse, which is 600 light-years away, can still be seen with the naked eye at night. Our sun is only 8.3 light-minutes away, that's why it's so strong. If Betelgeuse were closer, we could see it during the day. But if it replaced the sun, it would swallow or push away Earth and the closest 4 planets because it's so huge. And even if it was the same size as the sun, it would still send out way more radiation. Betelgeuse is a seriously large star in the Orion constellation, about 600 light-years away. Its size is probably what gets people's attention. It's way bigger than our sun, and it could swallow Jupiter's orbit if it was in our solar system. This size makes it look like a disk, not a tiny point of light, through powerful telescopes, unlike most stars. Even with its size, it isn't the very largest star. It is thought to weigh around 12 to 19 times what our sun weighs. This blurry number is because it's hard to measure the mass of stars well without other stars nearby for comparison. So it's still incredibly huge. Its brightness changes a lot because there are continuous expansions and contractions caused by internal cycles within the star, and with its brightness going from magnitude 0 to plus 1.6. Because of that variation in size, when it grows bigger it's brighter, and when it is smaller it's dimmer. These can take a while, which adds to its strange look in the night sky. Its surface temperature is relatively low for such a star, measuring around 3,500 K. This gives it that obvious red color of those nearing their end. Like other giants, Betelgeuse is toward what they call the late phases. It has burned through the hydrogen fuel in its core and has started to combine bigger atoms. This process makes energy, causing it to grow. The star's air shows interesting physical things going on, like dark magnetic spots in this spot where the magnetic field is stronger. The spots stop heat, leading to colder parts of the star. Even with these spots, Betelgeuse is a big star that we can see. It draws quickly to the end of its being and is on a journey that will have an effect on all. Betelgeuse is a massive star headed toward the end, and it's gonna go out with quite a show. When it runs out of gas, it will start combining heavier materials like helium and carbon. This will cause it to swell out to potentially much greater sizes, which would make it one of the biggest stars one can ever see. Then it ceases to exist and an explosion begins. Such an event has a strong impact. Such an event has so much power. It has the ability to dominate for a short time a group of objects that are under the control of a star or system that contains more than one star. This event sends sound moving very fast through space and may very well happen to Betelgeuse in the years to come. This big change, by itself, is not now something that can happen. Still, scientists are, very closely, noticing these things. This is done because they may in the future give us insight into a star's life. Scientists are seeing these signs. The star is likely to turn into something else, and as a consequence, layers of a star are shed and something cool is left. Given how near it is to Earth and how bright it is, a star exploding could likely be witnessed without the use of machines. The force created could make iron and nickel. Both are needed to make more planets and objects in outer space. These are let loose in the outer space universe and given to the creation of stars and planets. Research has been able to say that Betelgeuse's brightness has had differences of late. The edge could come very soon. Due to how many changes are taking place, telling precisely when an explosion could happen is more of a challenge. Some have said this explosion could happen in 100,000 revolutions, a short amount of time, but the issue is knowing when it could really take place. Latest and most advanced machines. These machines have a specific set of tools to look more clearly at outer layers and magnetic fields. Findings show the constant changes and the unstable and unpredictable nature. This will give very good details regarding what happens before a star passes away, giving a bigger picture and clearer thought. These is the effect that Betelgeuse will have. This occurrence has a possibility to give way to star creation in the area around it. That's not all. Because of the released results, material is able to move everywhere. This will help with the birth of more objects. In all that Betelgeuse is and all it means, its death is the end of one thing, but the very beginning for something much greater. Although we might not have the ability to see Betelgeuse cease to exist, the details obtained will assist in seeing all that stars come to be and the change they go through. Astronomers can have better ideas toward life and death by seeing what happens to Betelgeuse. These new ways to see will shine light on our know-how of space and what takes place. The star is a very strange and large star, and because of that, it's crucial. The passing away of the star is a great event to remember. Yes, Betelgeuse will at length expire. We have to hold in the details that new stars come about the moment another one passes away. Because sun is the reason the living and dead have the ability to continue the ongoing cycle. As long it remains, it will bless us. We can study it and give future generations more details. As new generations find out and begin to unfold all, the reminder will be there. With stars, they display how the universe is very massive. We also stay and remember that we are a key part. Betelgeuse's life is special and is a crucial part as it is one piece out of a whole.